I suddenly noticed a mysterious mark glowing on the scheming woman's neck. No wonder every move she made was perfectly in sync with mine. In that moment, a nightmare from my past life flashed through my mind. Back then I finally uncovered the real cause of death. But she handed in the report 10 minutes before me and accused me of plagiarism in front of everyone. Everyone believed her lie. I went from expert to thief. My reputation was ruined. She even sneered and accused me of cutting open corpses for attention without any respect for the dead. The victim's family rushed forward and pushed me down. My head slammed hard against the table corner. Blood poured out. I died on the spot with all my grievances unheard. Maybe the heavens pitied me, so they let me return to the moment before the autopsy. Now that I was reborn, this time I would uncover the truth. I immediately stepped away from the table and announced the autopsy was suspended. This move made her completely panic. She pretended to be innocent, but I ripped off her badge and coldly declared she was never allowed to enter the autopsy room again. Just then, a man rushed in. The scheming woman started acting pitiful, tears in her eyes, trying to win sympathy. I sneered and slapped her several times. She held her face in shock. The man was furious, demanded that I kneel and apologize, or he would cancel our wedding. I just smiled coldly, because that was exactly what I wanted, after all I had already seen through his hypocrisy and greed. Just then my supervisor walked in, urging me to continue the autopsy. As the victim's family was waiting outside, the man suggested we compete on the spot to see who was the real expert. The scheming woman's face went pale, because if she made any mistake during the procedure, the consequences would be severe, but she had no choice but to agree. I was eager to find the truth, and agreed as well. We entered the autopsy room, but I didn't expect that every step I took, she would copy exactly. I questioned her directly, but she calmly claimed there were only so many steps in an autopsy, and told me not to make baseless accusations. I held back my anger, and prepared to cut open the body, unaware that she was stepping right into my trap after we finished the autopsy, and left. I casually said, "I forgot to return the kidneys to their original position." She froze, and instinctively reached for the scalpel. At that moment, I quickly wrote down my report. When I looked up, she was still standing there, not knowing what to do next. The corner of my mouth lifted slightly. I had finally caught her flaw, but during the report session, she jumped in again, announcing the time of death first, and once again viciously accused me of stealing all her research. The man immediately backed her up. Even the assistant swore that all my achievements were plagiarized from her. I was so furious I nearly collapsed, but forced myself to stay calm, and silently vowed I would never let her succeed again. When it was time to confirm the cause of death, I rejected the assistant as my partner, then entered the examination room. Alone pulled the curtain shut, and decided it was time for the scheming woman to pay a few hours later. I walked out of the autopsy room. Everyone held their breath. The supervisor looked at the report so shocked he couldn't speak because my conclusion matched the final results exactly, and in that moment the scheming woman's face completely changed.